Two anglers sat side by side along the riverbank. By midday, one had already filled his cooler and called it a day, while the other spent hours casting and waiting, returning empty-handed. The only thing that set them apart was a tiny dab of a homemade mixture on the bait. That single drop triggered a strike so sudden and furious, the fisherman could hardly believe his eyes. This is the story of a biological lure you'll never find on store shelves, because anything alive or naturally fermenting doesn't survive mass production. But could a simple $2 mixture completely change your catch? The answer begins with an experiment that even amazed the man conducting it. His journal starts with two identical rods, both cast to the same location. Each had the same line, the same hook, the same bait, everything identical except for one small detail. On the left, he applied a homemade fermented garlic drop. On the right, plain dough, untouched. Within minutes, the results were shocking. The plain bait sat idle, ignored by every fish. The bait with the single drop was hit 3 times in succession. In the margins of his notebook, he wrote he'd never witnessed anything like it in 3 decades on the water. The log reads like a scoreboard. During the first hour, the attractant-laden rod had already landed 7 fish, while the other rod caught none. By the second hour, the cooler was half full and the plain bait was still blank. Eventually, the fisherman stopped the trial. There was no reason to continue. By the end of the day, the numbers told the full story. The plain bait produced just 2 fish. The bait with 1 drop delivered 23. His conclusion, neatly written in black ink: 1 tiny drop, 1 single ingredient, and the catch was more than 10 times larger. No tricks, no editing, same river, same time, same conditions. The difference was that small drop. This simple formula isn't a fad or a gimmick. It's a traditional method passed down and hidden by the industry. The garlic blend is only one of the home-prepared attractants anglers have used for generations, recipes the stores don't want you to know. There are baits that cost pennies but outperform anything on the shelves. Natural triggers that make fish swim directly to you. Techniques from old-school fishermen lost to modern guides. Methods to read water so you know precisely where the fish are hiding. Secrets of moon phases that seasoned anglers kept to themselves. Everything compiled, nothing wasted. Straightforward, practical, and powerful, no filler. Just results. Along the Mississippi River, generations of anglers have relied on fermented mixtures to lure fish. They take fresh garlic, combine it with oil, and let it sit for several days. The resulting liquid, rich with aromatic compounds, is applied to the bait, and fish strike even before it fully sinks. In Louisiana's backwaters, seasoned fishermen use fermented chicken blood. In Texas, catfish hunters leave beef liver out in the sun for hours. In the Carolinas, they grind dried shrimp into oil. These methods were handed down from father to son because they consistently worked. What all these traditions share is simple. Strong-smelling mixtures do what commercial baits cannot. They release chemical signals in the water that fish cannot ignore, summoning schools from a distance and triggering instinctive strikes. The fermented garlic method I'm about to show you isn't an isolated hack. It's a quick, straightforward version of a practice perfected over decades. Whether it's Mississippi River guides, Texas catfish hunters, or Tennessee bass fishermen, homemade attractants are trusted. With just a clove of garlic and a spoonful of oil, you can use the same approach. Start in the kitchen. Crush 3 garlic cloves thoroughly, either with a mortar or a knife. The goal is to release all the juices and create a sticky, aromatic paste. Place it in a small glass jar. Add 2 tablespoons of cooking oil, vegetable, corn, or sunflower. The oil preserves the garlic while carrying its scent to the bait. Stir until it forms a uniform paste. Cover the jar, leaving a small gap for gases to escape. Here's the crucial step. Let the mixture sit at room temperature for at least 24 hours. The longer it rests, the more intense the aroma. Around 3 days hits the sweet spot. The garlic ferments slightly, releasing compounds that fish can detect from afar. When you open the jar and the scent makes you wrinkle your nose, you know it's ready, because fish will smell it from yards away. To use, just a single drop is enough. Rub it lightly onto bread dough, corn, or other bait. For live bait, dab a drop on the hook before putting the worm on. That tiny drop creates a scent trail in the water that fish can follow straight to the source. This method is fast, simple, and costs less than $5. No specialized tools, no long wait. Just garlic, oil, and a day of patience turns ordinary bait into a powerful lure. If you want to take it further, a few optional additions can make it even more irresistible. Mix in a pinch of sugar. Its sweetness attracts carp, catfish, and bluegill in ways garlic alone can't. Add a drop of vanilla extract. Strange as it sounds, carp are drawn to it. A teaspoon of paprika adds red color, giving a visual cue that complements the scent. Together, these 3 ingredients stimulate multiple senses: smell, taste, and sight. Yet the cost is just pennies, and the paste keeps for weeks in the fridge. Now, why does this work? Fish possess an extraordinarily sensitive olfactory system. Fish have an incredible sense of smell. They can detect a single scent molecule even when it's diluted among billions of water molecules. Imagine being able to smell coffee brewing across town. When garlic enters the water, it releases sulfur compounds identical to those found in their natural prey. Worms, larvae, and tiny crustaceans emit the same sulfur when they move, signaling a meal. The fish's brain interprets this chemical cue as food nearby, instantly activating their hunting instincts. There's a second effect that experienced anglers have always known, even if they couldn't explain it scientifically. As garlic ferments, it produces amino acids, precisely the compounds fish are seeking when feeding. When a catfish or carp detects these amino acids, it abandons whatever it was doing and heads straight to the source. This is more than curiosity, it's hunger triggered by chemistry. The oil in the mixture also plays a critical role. It helps the scent linger in the water instead of dissipating quickly. A bait coated with oily attractant can remain effective for 20 to 30 minutes, whereas a bait without oil loses its scent in just a few minutes. It's the difference between a cheap fragrance and a long-lasting perfume. You might wonder, if this works so well, why isn't it sold in stores? The answer lies in both biology and business. Live attractants made with real garlic and natural fermentation are unstable. They continue to ferment inside the jar, releasing gases that can cause containers to swell, leak, or even burst. Retailers avoid that risk, so commercial products are synthetic imitations, chemical scents designed to mimic garlic but lacking real potency. These lab-made bottles may cost $20 to $30 and can sit on shelves for months, but they don't have any biological activity. By contrast, the ingredients for the homemade mix cost less than $5. 3 garlic cloves, 2 tablespoons of oil, and a pinch of thyme. There's no patent, no proprietary formula, just a simple recipe anyone can make in minutes. The industry can't profit from something so cheap and perishable, so they sell what's stable and controllable instead. For anglers willing to make it themselves, this is an advantage. The live mix may not fit on a store shelf, but it fits perfectly into your routine and produces results that commercial products cannot. Even with this potency, caution matters. Using too much can overpower the water and repel fish, rather than attract them. The ideal amount is a single drop per bait, enough to create a scent trail without overdoing it. More isn't better, it just wastes ingredients. Always test it first. Treat one bait, observe the reaction, and adjust if necessary. Conditions vary by location and species. Some rivers respond better to different scents. Carp tend to favor vanilla, catfish prefer blood-based attractants. But for general use, garlic is a reliable choice. The key is to experiment and adapt. No single recipe works perfectly everywhere. The knowledge behind these homemade attractants, natural baits, water-reading techniques, and even moon phase strategies has been buried by the industry for decades. Yet all of it is accessible to anyone willing to take the time to try. While commercial bait sales generate billions each year, inexpensive homemade methods like this one can transform fishing trips at a fraction of the cost. The barrier isn't biology, it's habit and the industry's control. As equipment prices rise and fish become more wary, the true advantage comes from knowledge and preparation, not store-bought products. Fishing this way isn't luck, it's a deliberate strategy. The next time you head out, what will you dab on your bait?